Rice, baby. Blues go for how? Really? And yeah, of course, Ruben's in trouble. I think there's only one place to start the paper round today, and that's with our man Ruben, isn't it? That embargoed version of the press conference, the papers have not fully gone in on it, as in the physical form of papers yet. The Sunday papers online, however, different ball game. There's a lot in the papers today about the pressure on Ruben Amorim in today's game against Leeds, and quite rightly so. The journalist part of that embargoed version of the press conference will go to town on Manchester United and Leeds today. That's the big game. It's a massive game. You've got leading Chelsea and Manchester City playing out today, but everyone's looking at Manchester United, and that's all anyone was talking about from last night into the papers this morning. It is a huge day at Elland Road. The rivalry anyway, the fan bases and everything that's riding on this game. United not losing the game at Elland Road for God knows how long is all adding to the pressure, and the papers are full of it. They are not letting up and they are ready, and tomorrow's are probably going to be even more significant if the result goes wrong for Ruben today. That's the big one. It's what the game goes like today. If United lose and lose badly, I expect this to be twice as bad and going in on Ruben's future. I don't know if he survives if this is a really bad result today. That's the feeling amongst Manchester United fans, and I think that has to be the main headline. You've got in here, obviously, Declan Rice's superb performance for Arsenal and them going for the title. Huge game with Chelsea and Manchester City today. That's also in there as well. But as always, United are the headline makers, and they're the ones that are going to be filling them pages, well, like they are today and tomorrow as well. Does Ruben survive? That's what a lot of people are asking. The questions that were asked Ruben Amorim in that press conference that the papers are full of, and online as well, are, well, I think quite significant, because you look at the way that Ruben deflected away from them questions, not wanting to talk about it for the first time. Are the cracks actually appearing? That is what everyone's talking about. I mean, United's result today will determine Ruben Amorim's future. I think that's what everyone's saying anyway. But past that, I think the games today, the massive games today, obviously Chelsea, in this paper here, in the Mirror, by the way, and you can see it actually. Let me bring it up right now, because this is the story I didn't see coming. It's on managers. I mean, that one at the bottom there, I think you can see it there, sorry. Yeah, that one, Blues goal for Eddie Howe. Chelsea actually looking at Eddie Howe. I mean, is that even realistic? Will Eddie Howe leave for Chelsea? Is Chelsea a poison chalice? I mean, honestly, I can't see Eddie Howe leaving Newcastle. But that's the main story in the back of the Mirror today as well. Chelsea under pressure. Don't expect them to beat Man City today. I think it's all over the place. Liam Messina, by the way, obviously that talk is alongside all the Eddie Howe stories and as well, because that's been who Chelsea are going for apparently as their main target after Xavi turns them down as well. All of this being talked about at the moment, real uncertainty amongst the Chelsea board, the Chelsea fans. Everything about that club right now is a car crash, and it's just completely unpredictable. And I think the manager situation at Chelsea and Manchester United is all anybody is going to be talking about. Arsenal's fantastic performance in the second half under Declan Rice. No, actually, let's rephrase that. Declan Rice's fantastic performance, bailing Arsenal out again in that second half at Bournemouth, is what people should be talking about. But it's always the negative that is going to hit the headlines, isn't it? Arteta's charge, big pressure on Manchester City today to get the win against Chelsea. And I think they will, because of that. And then that will heap pressure onto the Chelsea situation, which is being talked about in detail in all of the papers today. And I feel like Chelsea, I don't know, for me, I think Chelsea are about to make a massive mistake again. I think they've already made the mistake in getting rid of Maresca, personally. I said this last time when we talked about it, when Maresca was actually sacked, but Eddie Howe, I think it's too big for him. I really do. Credit to Eddie Howe and where he's got that Newcastle side. He's turned them around and given them that belief again, but no, Eddie Howe to Chelsea is wrong. And I don't think that's the right way for Chelsea to go. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Chelsea have done crazier things before. I honestly don't think Eddie Howe would go anyway. But yeah, that's another story there. But I mentioned Arsenal there. I mentioned the title race. I mentioned what Declan Rice actually did for Arsenal yesterday. He is probably the most valuable player in the Premier League right now. That sounds crazy to say with the likes of Haaland and everything like that, but he is all over the back pages for that performance against Bournemouth yesterday. He is an absolutely awesome midfielder. I think probably the best central midfielder in the Premier League right now for the job that he does. And it pains me to say that as a Man United fan, as everybody knows, but he's absolutely brilliant. And again, the leadership qualities that Arsenal have got in that game, people talking about the mistakes that Gabriel made, then the mentality of him to then go and score the equaliser a few minutes later. That's just what Arsenal have got right now. And I think they have answered quite a lot of critics in that performance against Bournemouth yesterday again, and the one against Aston Villa in the week. And it has really pushed Arsenal now over the halfway mark of the season into pole position and some, because the Bottle Job FC tag has been blown away this week. Obviously 7 goals scored as well in the process, 6 points for Arsenal, and Gyökeres isn't even scoring. It just goes to show the strength and depth that Arsenal have got, and I think that is definitely something that warrants the praise that's in the papers today for Arsenal. And Mikel Arteta, I mean, I don't particularly like the guy, but can't really fault him at the moment for what he's doing. In terms of the bottom end of the table, Nuno and West Ham. Oh, how do you lose 3-0 to Wolves? That's an embarrassment. That really is an embarrassment for them. And to be 3-0 down at half time, that's a sackable offence on its own. But can West Ham sack another manager as well? The manager situation right now in the Premier League is absolutely crazy. There is actual talk of Nuno now going in the papers today. And it's just the world that we're in. Halfway through, January transfer window opening. Obviously, owners are looking at maybe giving money to new managers and that fresh start, that new manager bounce and all of that. Is that what's going to happen here at West Ham as well? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Nothing surprises me in the Premier League now, and nothing surprises me with how these clubs are being run. But yeah, the big ones, the big talking points so far are obviously Ruben Amorim at Manchester United. Everywhere, you need to look into that today in the papers. Give me your opinions in the comment section below. Obviously, Nuno, the turnaround at Chelsea and what's happening. Eddie Howe, really? Not to Newcastle, surely. But I can't say that Eddie Howe is going to go to Chelsea. I don't see that one happening. I could see Nuno going, I could see Ruben going if the result doesn't go well for him today. In terms of the other games today, big games. Liverpool need to make a statement. Away to Fulham, that's not easy. And you know what? Just on the Ruben one before we finish up, Ruben wins today against Leeds. Chelsea going to get beat by City. Liverpool might struggle against Fulham. 20 games into a season, Ruben's clinging on to his job, the unrest behind the scenes, but Man United could be in 4th. Now, could be looking back on this video later and laughing at me for even saying that, but that's the reality right now. Get your comments in below. That was my quick roundup of the papers this morning. It is cold today as well, man, but cheers for tuning in, everybody. Make sure that you do like the video, make sure that you do hit that subscribe button here on Adam FC as well, and I'll see you in the next video, everybody.